Hey, what it is, redneck, future redneck nation, whatever you all are, call yourselves do-it-yourselfers. Working on a Dodge Plymouth Chrysler 8 3/4 from a 71 era Plymouth. What we've got going, there's other videos on YouTube and such about this repair. I had axle seals leaking in a prior video. I showed you how to pull one. And of course, these bearings have to be greased. The bearings are separate from the gear oil and they have their own grease and they're on the outside of the oil seal. And let me show you what we got. So you have to cut these off. First thing I did was I cut the retaining ring and hit it with a chisel. And that comes off this right here. And then we have this bearing that I'm cutting the outer race, and we're going to see if we can get this one off. There's no sense putting it back on with old bearings, though they very well could be good. So what I'm going to do here is take a screwdriver, and I am going to pry this over some so I can get this last little piece of metal without nicking my flange. And I use a Harbor Freight $30 zip cutter 3-inch. I've had it for a few years. It works fine. You just can't push it too hard, but it is a 3/8 arbor 3-inch and 3M 3x3x3. So let's see if we can get this cut a little. And I'll need 2 hands. Okay, I was able to get an air chisel started in there and get this thing finally broke loose. Now you need to make a second cut to pry it off. The other one I pried off with a screwdriver. And we'll try to do that again. And then we'll be down to the inner race. Making a second cut. And come on. So the rule of thumb is cut it halfway, hit it with a cold chisel, and hopefully she splits enough. Just a little cracky poo will get her off there because she's a press fit. Here we go, the air chisel. I got my INR. Wears me out just as much as shooting a hammer though. I'll hold on to it. Well, 'tis a post-COVID miracle. She came right off. I didn't even try to split it, but it already released tension by the cut, I guess. Just got to pull the cage out of the rest of the way, clean this up a little better. I got a new grease seal going in the flangey poo. Ooh, looks like I cut the flangey poo and didn't even know it. Ouch, little scrapage. At any rate, hit it with a pressure washer, some degreaser, and new gasket, new bearings. Got to go to a shop somewhere. I haven't pressed on. I don't have a press. Anyway, so that's why you don't use an air hammer chisel. End up making quick work of the first job and adding to the job. Now I've got all these burrs to take off. The sealing surface is just in the first little 1/4 inch or 3/16, which I got to clean that up. I got a cutting wheel on a drill. You got a Dremel, whatever you got, clean it up. That other gooby peened over edge on the concave won't touch anything, doesn't matter there. So here we go. All right, like to never find this thing. Hides under a drill bit, but it's a high-speed steel. I'll put this in the vise, put this in the drill, and we'll do some cut. So these two, actually to the right, and I can't get the focus, to the right and to the left, old damage. So really I should replace this, but don't have one today. I might order one, I don't know. I pretty much cleaned it up. I can put a little silicone on the seal, and that'll take care of the seal sealing on the flanged metal. Looks just dandy. I'd say it's good enough for government work. So, I'll get some Pookie, clean this up with lacquer thinner, put some silicone, rust a new one in. Permatex red, or orange, or whatever they call it. And it goes in this way, like so. And then we're going to beat it in with a Harbor Freight seal kit, bearing and race seal. Well worth the money. Got all these sizes. I prefer to use the piece without the handle. What the heck. Alright, she's in. Might keep out some water. If it's just a splash, maybe some dust, just a single lip seal. Pretty chintzy. But anyway, it's in there. I'll clean up this excess orange. Okay, it's in. It's flush. Harbor Freight bearing and seal kit. The part that I used fell on the floor, but it's that size. These are not available that I could see other than through Dr. Diff as a complete axle and bearing package, which I may go with next time. Hopefully this will be good for the next 50 years on this 1971 50-year-old car. Here's the other side assembled. This one has the end play adjuster that you spin around, and there's supposed to be a locking tab on one of the bolts, which I don't know where that went. There's also previous damage on the axle, which doesn't look great, but it lasted this long. So next time I'll get everything, now that I know that I have these axles that have these, and here's the other seal, and then the inner axle seal goes in the housing on the vehicle, the rear end housing. These need to be pressed on. At any rate, we're getting there. So, as you can see, it's been a wild day from the hair, but I don't know how that's how you do it, but that's how we did it today. Appreciate subscribing. Click the bell, click all. That'll give you notifications that this redneck channel's got something to show you. Hope this helps somebody out there. And God bless. Good night. Thanks for watching.